Hy-Vee Club Room. I'm Karen Hansen, a Hy-Vee dietitian.
And I'm Chef Allie with Hy-Vee, and today we're making one of my favorite dishes, Paella del Sal, made with smart chicken.
Paella del Sal is a beautiful dish full of color and great nutrition.
I love smart chicken, and Karen, you know that because we cook with it all the time. It's 100% air chilled, no water added, never frozen, and that makes for great tasting chicken.
And you know, smart chicken is a really nutritional product as well. They use no antibiotics, no growth stimulants, and no animal byproducts.
Right. All right, Karen, let's get cooking.
Let's do it.
To prepare this recipe, you will need 3 cloves of freshly minced garlic, kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper to taste, 1/4 cup extra virgin olive oil, 1 teaspoon of sweet paprika, 1 teaspoon of saffron threads. This product we will use to make 4 to 5 cups of extra strong chicken broth, freshly minced rosemary, 2 pounds of cut green beans, 3 cups of arborio rice, 4 smart chicken, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, either organic or all natural grain fed, 1 package of smart chicken Polish sausage, 3 cups of diced tomatoes with juice, and 1 small yellow onion chopped. Our olive oil is already preheated in our pan here. We're using extra virgin olive oil. To that, we want to add our smart chicken boneless, skinless thighs. I love the thighs because this dark meat gives great
Wonderful flavor.
Moisture, flavor, yeah. We're going to get that in our olive oil and just brown these off. And the browning, of course, you know when you cook, brown is not a color, it's a flavor. And so that's what we're going for on the bottom of our chicken here, is that extra nice browning, because that's going to give us flavor. We're using medium-high heat at this point. And we're just going to give these a chance to brown on the bottom, and then we're going to turn them over.
Wonderful.
Our chicken has nicely browned, and so now, Karen, it's time to add our Polish sausage, which is a pre-cooked product. So we're going to add this in at the end of our cooking time for our smart chicken thighs. And basically, we just want to get this nice and browned, and then we're going to remove this, there you go, from our pan so that we can saute our onions.
Wonderful. Such a nice blend of flavors here.
It smells great.
Yes, it does.
All right, Karen, our pan drippings are still nice and warm, so we're going to go ahead and add this is 1 yellow onion that I chopped up ahead of time. And we just want to cook this until it's softened and translucent. I'll give that back to you.
Adds great flavor to our dish.
Yes, these are the aromatics, and so this is the foundation, actually, of our paella dish. And you have some sweet Hungarian paprika.
Yeah, and you know that spices are an excellent way to add great antioxidants to the diet, really good nutrition. So you can always remember, the darker the color, the better the nutrition.
Yeah, and we're going to actually infuse that into our onions here with our oil. So I'll go ahead and let you add that. Very good. And the oil will kind of act as, it's a way to adhere our spices right to our onions. And we just want to cook these over medium heat till they're nice and softened, because we have one more ingredient we got to get into our pan.
And garlic is a great spice as well, a great herb that we like to use in cooking because it's really heart healthy too.
Yes. And we always want to make for sure that when we're softening our onions, getting ready to add our garlic, that we only add the garlic at the end of the cooking time, because once you mince your garlic, if you overcook it, it really has a tendency to get bitter.
Right.
So we just want to put it in our pan. You can go ahead and add that if you'd like for about 30 seconds, just until our garlic is nice and fragrant. And then we're going to turn off our heat. Now, Miss Karen, our next ingredient we of course need to add is our arborio rice right there. And we're going to add this to our onions, garlic, and paprika because we want to coat it with all of these aromatics and get our rice started on its way to getting tender. Okay.
Arborio rice is a much fluffier. If you'll look at it, it's a lot plumper little grain, and it absorbs liquid wonderfully. It makes a nice, creamy, finished product.
Yeah, it's a great rice, and that's kind of what makes paella paella, is arborio rice. You really can't substitute any other rice for paella. So we've got it coated, as you can see, and what we're going to add at this time is we're going to bring our smart chicken sausage and thighs back into our dish. with all their yummy juices.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
It takes a big pan to make this dish.
It does take a nice big pan. I'm going to turn that. And now, Karen, why don't we deglaze our pan? All of that goodie that's on the bottom is what we call fond. And that is where all the flavor is. Remember earlier I said that brown is not a color, brown is a flavor. And that's what's on the bottom of our pan. We want to get it up into those ingredients because that just packs up that flavor. So, do you want to pour a cup into there, if you would? And we're going to add just about a cup. Perfect. Hear that sizzle? That's getting all that fond right up off the bottom of the pan into our paella. Why don't we go ahead and add some of our tomatoes, just about a cup if you would. The secret to making good paella is just to add your liquid about a cup at a time and let your rice absorb that. Once it's dried out, then you can add more liquid.
Lots of stirring.
Lots of stirring involved in paella.
It's a dish of love.
That's right. Let's add our fresh rosemary, and then another very important ingredient that has to be in paella would be our saffron, right up there. It's the stamen of the purple crocus flower, and there is no other substitute for saffron. If you don't have that, you can't make paella.
And we've pre-measured all these ingredients, which is a very important step in preparing to make this dish, because you certainly don't want to add the wrong amounts or when you're...
That was 1 teaspoon, I think, of our saffron. So we're going to bring this up to temperature. Let all of that rice absorb the tomatoes and the chicken broth, and then we'll add just a little bit more and get this cooking. All right, our rice is starting to get dried out in our pan. See how, Karen, we can make kind of a strip?
Yes.
We see no liquid in there, just some fond on the bottom. So we can begin adding our chicken broth 1 cup at a time, because we want to let that absorb into our rice nice and slowly. All right, there goes our last cup of broth into our paella. Starting to get tender. You can see that the rice is just almost there. By the time we cook this last cup down, we'll be ready to add our final ingredients.
Yum.
Okay, we're going to add in our final vegetable, our beautiful green beans, and this is going to give us that beautiful contrast of not only flavors, but colors. Let me get them out of there for you. Okay, and if you want to season it with that kosher salt, just a pinch or two. Remember, a 3-finger pinch is about 1/8 of a teaspoon. This is a huge dish, so we're going to need a little more than that, Karen. There you go, perfect. All right, and then pepper's a spice, so of course we want to grind that fresh. Oh my goodness. This is 1 full pan of paella.
This should serve quite a few people.
This will serve 12 to 15 people easily. Well, Karen, there is our beautiful paella del sal. We've garnished it with fresh rosemary sprigs there in the center, cut up our focaccia bread, and of course our smart chicken thighs and our sausages, and along with the rice and the vegetables. Perfect dish for our guests.
An all-inclusive dish, great nutrition, beautiful presentation.
Yeah, paella del sal.